Hello, people. Hope everyone's doing really well today. In this video, I'm going to be talking about how to format and make beautiful looking descriptions for your products and books on Amazon. And if you manage to stay to the end of this video, I've got a little bit of a treat for you. It's going to be the software that I use that's 100% free that helps me format my descriptions. Welcome to another video from myself. If you're new here, then welcome to my channel. My name is Ben. I like to bring out videos on my self-publishing journey and all the hints, tips and tricks that follow. So if this may be interesting to you, then be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be notified whenever I bring out new videos. And of course, if you're serious about self-publishing, then join my community of self-publishers where we all have the mutual goal of trying to find success through publishing online. So if you haven't done so already, hit the Facebook group, join the Facebook group rather, and also be sure to check out the Residual Royalty Academy free course if you're just getting started with KDP. And if you hit the link in the description below for the accelerator course, it should be discounted by 20%. This is the course that me and so many other people have taken to get to where we are today. It's a really invaluable course. So if you haven't checked it out already, then be sure to check this out as well. There's some really nice results in there. But guys, really without further ado, let's jump into what this video is about. Is how to design descriptions that stand out. So guys, first and foremost, you might have noticed that the design of my PowerPoints presentations are going to be looking slightly different, just because I've added a couple of graphics and just done a slight rebrand of my name there. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Main motive behind this was just because I fancied a bit of a change and I found these neat looking graphics. So there you have it. In line with the topic of the video now, designing descriptions using HTML is not as hard as it sounds. Once you get used to it, like learning the alphabet, then you'll never really forget it. And of course, if you're using things like tangent templates, then that's all well and jolly, but it's always good to understand the HTML that goes behind it, because as with all software, tangent templates doesn't give you the full range of capabilities available to you to designing your descriptions. So I'm going to outline some of the most common HTML features that I use to design my descriptions. So if I give you some examples that I've found on Amazon, I've been gallivanting around there just to save a bit of time on this video, but essentially I've picked out descriptions that have HTML within them. So this one, first of all, it has HTML in the top bit here, which looks to be a lot larger size than the rest of the text. So they've used a tag to make sure that this text comes a lot larger than the rest of it. They've also used the bold tag here for this for the title of their book. So that's a couple of HTML points that they've already used. If we go to the second one here, then they've also used quite a bit of HTML. You can see that this is in bold, but they've also changed the color of this text here. And the second bit down there, the text is larger than the rest, the top bit here and the bottom bit here. So they've used something to increase the size of their text, as well as make it bold. And if we scroll down to number 3, you can see that they've used bullet points and they've got gaps here. So again, they're using HTML to format that. And these are all lovely looking descriptions. Now, how do we get that? So to begin with, we're going to go to the KDP section where you're typing in your description. Now, no matter how you type it in the description box, it's just going to come through as one bit of block text unless you use HTML tags. And this is why it is important to do so. It doesn't matter if I typed in cat notebook with a gap in the middle like this, because when it shows on the Amazon detail page, then you can see that cat notebook comes side by side just like this, and it doesn't matter how much space I leave in between these two cat notebooks, it's just going to look like this. So this is why HTML is important. Also, guys, please do excuse me, I don't know why I've got a photo of a dog and cat notebook. It doesn't really go hand in hand, but it's the first thing I could think of for some reason, so there you have it. So if we scroll down, you can see that this is a really good example of unformatted descriptions. They've used zero HTML on this. They've got a really good rank, they're a bestseller. But yeah, they haven't used any HTML. So that's what happens if your description doesn't use it. So yeah, it doesn't look very, very nice to read. If you're a customer, unless you had the time to read that and you was particularly interested, then I might be actually a bit dissuaded to read that, just based on how much text there is and how little formatting it is. It's just not very nice to look at. So I'm going to show you some HTML that you can straight away put into your descriptions. And again, like I say, I promise you it's not too hard. Do watch this video over and over if you need to, but I promise you, once you've got the hang of it, then it's something you'll never forget. So number one is the paragraph tag. Now with all tags, if I point you to the write your description here, you can see that there is a P tag, and for every tag that you write, so this P for example, you need to close it off with a / and the same tag afterwards. So you can see that I've written a tag P there, and then I've closed it off with this / P here. And now you need to do this for the HTML to be correct. I think in today's day and age you can get away without closing it. I think that's how advanced it's got, but it's good practice to close off all your tags like I've done here. So if I do P for paragraph, this basically indicates where there is a paragraph. So you can see that by adding these P tags, my description in the Amazon box here, you can see that one cat notebook is now underneath another cat notebook, because there's two paragraphs in the eyes of the HTML. Now I've written this in myself, so this is generally going to be accurate. So if we scroll down to the next tag, this one's going to be BR tag, then this is for break. So if you want to leave a gap in between your text, you simply add a BR. Now this is a tag you don't need to close off, you just write literally the BR tag in between where you want the break. And as you can see, it's added a gap between the two cat notebooks. So we've left the paragraph tags on the cat notebooks, we've added a BR tag, and you can see that now there's a break between the two cat notebooks. And of course, I've written it out here so it's quite clear to you how this is working. But if I wrote it out in one line, so if I put BR on this line, for example, then this would still have the same formatting. If I put this cat notebook on this line at the top, and the BR in between the two cat notebooks, so everything was all on one line in the same order, then this would have the same format in the Amazon description. And that's how it works, guys. So I've just left it in here like this for simplicity, but in reality you can put all of this in one line, for example, in this same order, and it would still format itself as it has done here on the Amazon description. Now let's go on to the next tag, and this one's going to be strong. Now this is probably one of the more important ones, and this is just going to make your text bold. So essentially you put this after the P. I think you can probably put it before the P as well, but generally speaking it's good practice to have it after the paragraph tag. So put the strong tag after the paragraph tag and basically enclose the text that you want to be bold. So in this case I've got cat notebook as bold. If I closed it off, so if I put this / strong tag here in between cat and notebook, then in this case only cat would be bold. So only cat would be bold and notebook would be not bold if I put that / strong in between cat and notebook in the description section here. But because I've put it for the whole thing, then the whole cat notebook goes bold. Obviously, if you have any question, guys, then feel free to drop the questions in the comments section below, and I'll try my best to answer them. But yeah, so we're going to move on to the next one. EM is for italics. Now, this is the other important function. Italics is a good way to break up text. So if you're writing a block of text, for example, in your description, then italics can be another nice way to break it up, to help bring attention to a certain part of the text to your customer and make it a bit more appealing to read. So this is another nice one to use, and this is essentially how you use it, the same as you would with strong. So I've put it on the second cat notebook this time, and you can see that the second cat notebook here is in italics. We've left all the tags from the previous ones as well, just to show you how they can accumulate. So there's no limit to how many tags you can put before you write your text, as I will show you in a second. So this one now is a bit more complicated. This is the unordered list tag, and this is essentially for bullet points. So to make a bullet pointed list like the KDP that I've done here, then you're going to first want to use the UL tag, and then the LI tag identifies each bullet point. So first you need to use UL, and then after UL you put LI to identify the first bullet list, and then you can put whatever text, and then you can close that off, close off the LI for list, and then you start the second LI tag for the second bullet point list, and then the next LI tag for the third bullet point list. So as you can see here, I've got 3 LI tags for 3 lists. You can see there's 3 bullet points in my description box. So that's essentially how it works. Be sure to close off both the LI, and when you're done with the list, the unordered list, then close that off as well with /UL. So you can basically format it as you see in here. Now let's go to the next one here. So U is for underline. Again, like italics and bold, it's a nice way to break up text and bring attention to certain parts of the text that you want your customers to pay particular attention for. So in this case, I've underlined D. As you can see, we've combined LI and U. So I've put 2 tags before D here, and this is perfectly acceptable. And you can see that only the D is underlined because I've closed it off before the next text has come along. So that's pretty much how it works. H1 to H6 is probably the most important tag, and this is the one that's going to resize your text to whatever specification you want. H1 being the largest and H6 being the smallest. So if I put a H1 tag at the top here, remember you can combine these tags like I said before. So you can combine P, strong, and HI like I have done here. Not HI, H1 before the word cat notebook. I've combined all 3 to give 3 different tags. So this is a paragraph, this is in bold, and this is got the heading 1 setting. So it's got the largest font size available, and this is really gonna like blow up the size of your font. You can see that it's a lot larger than the second cat notebook here and the KDP bullet list that we have below it. So that's how you use H1. You can use H2, H3, all the way to H6 in your HTML as well. And this is going to give you varying sizes. You can play with this in your descriptions and see how they come up on Amazon. And you can optimize this to make this perfect in the sense of when you come to format your descriptions. So H1 to H6 you can use all throughout your descriptions. And then this last one is going to be the most complicated one. This is not actually a tag, but it's something that lives inside the tag. So it's like it's a descriptor for the tag in itself. So essentially what we've done here is for a paragraph tag, we've added a style function to it. So we've specified the style that we want the text in the tag to be. So you can see that with paragraph, instead of just closing it off here with the arrow, we've added style equals in quotation marks color red semicolon, and that's how you have to format it. It's quite complicated. There's a lot of punctuation, but this is one of the things you can specify for the tag. And if I specify that the color is going to be red, then it automatically makes the color red. So as you saw in one of the examples I gave at the start of this video, one of the descriptions text was red, and that's how they did it. They essentially put the HTML, specified the style as color red semicolon. So you can add this anywhere in your descriptions. You can change the font red. I am not sure if Amazon are too fond of this. A lot of people have been doing it. You're going to have to check the guidelines for this, but I'm sure that it isn't too much of an issue. If you already do know HTML though, be careful with certain tags, specifically the A tag, which is going to allow you to put links anywhere in your description. A allows you to add a link, so if you click on a certain word and you've used the A tag, then this is going to allow you to click to a different website. Amazon do not like that, so don't use the A tag. If you don't know what it is, then you're welcome to look it up, but yeah, don't use it if you are professional with HTML. And with this one as well, you can actually specify other styles. You can specify the background color, for example, so like the highlight tool in Microsoft Word, if you change this color to background hyphen color is red, then you can actually put a red background for any piece of text. Again, I'm not sure if Amazon like you doing this or not. I'm going to do some research about myself and put it in another video, but that's generally how you change the text red, guys. But that is it from tags for myself. These are the most important ones that people that sell on Amazon use. So generally speaking, you can find software that will pretty much automatically format your descriptions for you, so you don't really have to worry about this too much, but it's always good to know because yeah, there might not be the full range of tags available to you on these softwares. And because you stayed to the end, guys, and it's been a tough one, then I'm going to give you a nice little reward with a free description formatter that I have been using. So it's from Kindlepreneur. It's a really nice website, this one. Description generator, here we have it. So if we click on the top one up here, then you can literally format your descriptions here. So you can just type in your description and it generates the code for you. This is the code that you're going to put in the description when you upload your book on Amazon. And yeah, it's just really efficient, and above all, it's absolutely free. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope this has cleared up how to format your descriptions nicely. Like I say, if you have any questions, hit up the comment section below and I'll do my best to answer them. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching this video. In the next one, I'm going to show you how to make winning descriptions that convert customers. So stay tuned for that. That's going to come out either Saturday or Monday. Yeah, we'll make it Saturday. We'll release that for Saturday, guys, so stay tuned for that video. But otherwise, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next